One second here, chat. Almost getting, well, almost set up and everything ready to go here. To switch the screen over, guys. Just give me 1 second. Just trying to find something really fast, and then I'll be right back. Alright, 1 second, everybody. 1 second, just about to switch over here. Alrighty. Oh, wrong mouse. Wrong mouse. Might help if I use the right mouse. Also might help if I angle this camera better too. Alrighty. How are we all doing, everybody? It's good to have everyone here. There we go. Alright, I always have to go to Kick to get the best preview of what my actual stream looks like. Just to make sure that everything is being shown the way it needs to be. However, though, everything was already perfectly set up to go live tonight. Yeah, you gotta love it when it goes like that, chat. You gotta love it when it's like that. So, catch everybody up on what's going on here. It also kind of give a better explanation to like why I would title my stream, you know, gaming to keep mind stable there. So yesterday technically, would have been yesterday technically, because I went to go live yesterday before and after I got home. It did not work. I even tried to do a stream early this morning. Or yesterday morning, technically now, before this one, and then I still just couldn't get myself to doing it because I was just so like not there mentally. I was kind of just in a weird like shell shock kind of stage where I just was like I kept trying to go live and I just like I'd stare at the screen, pass out, like from whatever, like it was almost like it was like the result of like a panic attack. It was like, oh yes, I already go live, and then it's like, alright, I start thinking about all the shit that just happened, and then it's like, okay, and then pass out from like a panic attack. That's happened literally just the last few hours before trying to go live here. But to give the explanation of why something like this would be happening, like this stupid panic attack like that, or not really panic attacks. It's the best way I can just describe it. It's the best way I can describe it. So Saturday, first backtrack a little bit. Landlords, the new ones, as you guys know, that we got in, we've had to deal with a lot of stupid shit that they've had to do. One of the things that we had to ended up redoing with our new landlords, while we have lawyers in litigation with all this shit, is they were supposed to let us like you know, work on like who we had in our place, all this other stuff like that, right? Which wasn't like we were harboring a bunch of people or something like that. It wasn't anything like that. It's just that we were gonna have everybody on the lease, but there was only one stipulation: is that Shauna had to keep the job at Home Depot. She had to keep the job at Home Depot, and then we would put her and her car on the lease because it was gonna be time for the renewal of the lease at that point. So we were like, yeah, we'll put you on the lease. You know, instead of calling for an updated one, right? You know, that way we can call it updated later on if something was to happen, whatever the case. And so she goes, okay, you know, and for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, chat, this is what was said, this was what was talked about, and this is what was expected. She gets the job at Home Depot. She has it for a very short amount of time. Um, I wager in all actuality about a month, sadly. And I knew something was about to happen because it was just the way things were going. And I was just like, dude, I'm pretty sure, like, you definitely need to be going in. You need to be doing this. You need to be doing that. Next thing you know, she says she gets fired. It was let go for missing days. And I was like, okay, so if you don't go in, or if you just keep calling in and complaining about going in, it's like, what do you think is going to happen eventually? You know, that shit comes back to roost. You know, it's like, if you keep calling in, even if your job is super lax and all this other stuff like that, you can still, you know, find a way to get fired, you know, by your bosses. Even if you think you're doing everything right, you can still get fired. Alright, shit happens. Plus, it was in the 90-day aspect, you know, like the first 90 days of working, so you're easily fireable at that point. That's why I always tell anybody, don't take any days off in your first 3 or 6 months. It just makes it look so much better for you, and also makes it a lot better for you when you do finally take your first day off. So yeah, the landlords though, they end up bringing over the lease last week. I want to say roughly around Tuesday or Wednesday I sign it. Thursday we get sent a fucking 3-day notice. The 3-day notice is for supposedly having Shauna stay here. So, I do what anybody would do when they get told there's served a 3-day notice and they have nothing else to be able to do but freak out, and I freak out. I do it at work. I tell everyone, like, what the fuck's going on? Why is this happening? I start freaking out. I bring up to Shauna, like, you know, because she's like, oh, well, they're saying it because I'm not on the lease, you know, what's this all about? And it's like, okay, well, we explained this about it. You know what's got to happen, and so finally it sunk into her. She's like, $500 so that I could stay. It's like, yes, but you need to have your job. And it's like, okay, so what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, what are we doing here, right? What's gonna happen? Yo, what's up there, Frost? Oh, you're all good, fam. I'm probably just gonna be what you call it, just soloing it a little bit for tonight, just because just how where my mind's at and stuff like that. But yeah, because I was gonna play a little solo, but because I'm mainly just gonna be doing a lot of like the side missions right now in the game tonight. But it just yeah, so it sucked. I literally pretty much was like yesterday, like, what are we gonna do? You know, what's going on? How the fuck is this gonna get fixed? And ideally, Shauna was like, okay, you know, the best thing I can do is leave. You know, the problem is that her family is, I don't want to speak ill of her family. It's really just like her mom is all she got for support, and her mom's sick. But her mom is also in a predicament with her aunt, where aunt controls a lot. Like, we were talking about, like, it's to a point where it's oddly like two lesbians. Okay, like, they may as well just be two lesbian living together that are fucking siblings. All right, because that's how she treats her own sister. Literally, if Shauna's mom does anything, her aunt fucking freaks out if it wasn't cleared or, brought over to her first. And she blames it on her MS and blames it on her polio and all this other stuff like that. Which, by the way, I've known people to have polio, fucking MS, and all this other shit like that. They don't act like her aunt does. Her aunt's just fucking such a childish little bitch in a lot of ways. It's fucking sad. Very petty for fucking a 60 or 70-year-old fucking woman too, as well, or even 80. I don't even remember. She's old. She's old as shit, but she's a complete asshole though to Shauna about that. So yesterday, I effectively pretty much, I guess if you could use a shitty term, I kicked her out, I guess, because it was either that or we, get a 3-day notice and now we have to vacate now, you know what I mean? So it's like, alright, wow, this fucking sucks. So, yeah, mentally, I have not been doing all that well, but then it also doesn't help because, like, today, I thought maybe she would take that initiative to do job apps, all this other stuff like that, and instead she let the depression demon win yet again. Depression Kitty, as I like to call it from Bad Mouth. The Depression Kitty won, and it kept just doing all these little pokes and prods. Finally, it got what it wanted, and it was gut wrenching. Did they hear somebody type to me like something like about something like that, and they'd be like, yeah, no, we're not gonna do anything giving up wise like that. Like we're gonna fight through this. And it's like it sucks, but what am I gonna do now? It's like my biggest stipulation, as you guys all know, is my whole thing is just have a job and hold it. Right? I've had a job now for 5 years. I'm a manager of the job. I bust my ass now to the point where I'm 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, and on top of that, I even forfeit my paychecks or being paid like a normal person because I'm actively trying so hard to make our store flip around and start really pulling in the money that it used to, right? Because when the store pulls in the money, it could be fucking kind of crazy. It'll happen sometimes so fast you won't even realize it. And I think if that happens to be the case, not only does orders get back on track, does paychecks get back on track, rent, everything else, life can get back on track. But when I was on those tracks, the problem isn't so much that it's being derailed by any means, it's more so it was that I didn't have the support. The actual support that I was looking for. So yeah, the last 2 days I just have been kind of like meh mentally. So chat, I do apologize. So if I come off as a dick today, that will be why. Anything else to do with that one here, so move the side entrance here. But yeah, this has been kind of like somberish. Like, Jose Digley, I got my little sister here to kind of help out with a lot of that. I'm not even joking, like I asked her to come in last night, and like, I gave her my old bed and stuff like that. It was like, cool, here, you take this one, come vibe out and hang out with your big bro and stuff like that, and, at least fill the silence that's in the house, or in the room now, which is ultimately due to the fact that, yeah, she legitimately, being gone, you know, it takes away so much from all the talking that was going on behind me all the time too. Alright, here we go.
We are willing to pay a premium fee for such a shipment, in line with the previous agreement. Can it be arranged?
Anything can be arranged, but I doubt you have Ucreds enough to cover a premium fee.
We have access to certain emergency funds.
Then give me proof of these funds, and I'll make some inquiries.
I promise you'll have it before the end of the next cycle. We need those isotopes.
I said proof, not promises. We're done here.
Very well.
I have located the Onyx Voice subnet terminal. Destination set. This is getting exciting.
9,000 room sweeper. Pretty sure that's the fucking SMG all the little dudes keep using on us. 64. Where we could be brought up to. I feel like I'm gonna have to fight hunger right here.
Query. Shipments data. Interesting. The desync in question seems mobile. Query. Desync location. Oops. Deploying icebreakers. Desync location confirmed. Downloading coordinates. How curious. The desync is currently located inside the Dreamworld Hub. Dreamworld located. Destination.
There we go. Now I can finally go to the dream world to do my one mission.
They say about all work and no play.
I really had to go that way. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I kinda thought it was a joke there, chat. I didn't think the game was really making me do that, but apparently it is. Sodom, just to come out the back alley. For what reason? take this back to the corpse zone. And I'm gonna take a bong hit. I haven't smoked yet. Got a pressure bowl loaded from this morning. The only other time I got to smoke. That was definitely a stressful one there too, chat. Not being able to use the cannabis as a, actually, a deterrent for the epilepsy as I normally would be. Again, like, with having to have Shauna leave and stuff like that, too, of course, whatever money I had, I gave her for gas, so, like, right now, I'm now trying to, how do I upgrade the 7 allies? So, the abilities that you have, those I do believe are going to be by Motorix, so you need to increase your Motorix skills. So, so if you ever go over here and you see how like each one of these highlights the body thing over there, so if you then go over to your weapons or armor or anything like that, you'll see, or sorry, not weapons, armor would be a better example of this. Like you see how some of these got those perks on them too. That'll be a good way to do it too. But with your skills, these two are what ends up being what I do believe is, let me double check for the augmentation. It might be green instead. Oh no, so it's green. So sorry, my bad. No, so instead you need to do these two. So it's cybernetics you need to increase. Once you increase your cybernetics, that increases them. So I accidentally tried to hit my fucking lighter of my vape. Grabbed my lighter and I was like, oh whoops. I was trying to hit the ball again and I was just hit my fucking lighter, chat. Oh, fucking retard I am. Alright. Cheers, everybody. Oh, I needed that. Definitely needed that, chat. I don't know why, but the music they have playing in the background for this reminds me of that stupid cartoon video that you have to do for River to find the Harris dude. Find out where his fucking nephew's staying. Or kidnapped at, I should say. Okay. Lord help me. You need help. Yo, Fett with the fucking raid again. Holy shit. Yo, thank you, Fett. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate that. Much love, dog. Much love. Welcome in everybody over here on Kick that just came in on from Fett's stream. Welcome in everybody. Yeah, it's really nice too about the what you call it, to the kick raids is like, I'm like a fucking, you know, Twitch raid where you'd end up getting into a stream, you gotta wait for like, you know, 20 minutes of ads before you can even like see the person's content. You know, you can just go raid somebody and you're right into the content. I fucking love that. You didn't know who to raid? I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I get that, dude. That's usually when I fall into that same category when it comes to like, alright, who am I gonna raid tonight? You know, it's like, you know, who's gonna be the person? And then you're like, oh, who do I have left I can actually raid out to that I know right now before trying to just, you know, meet somebody new when you're tired or you want to go to bed or whatever the case is, and you don't want to try to, yeah, it's not so much like, it's not so much you want to really not want to meet somebody new, but it's like, meeting somebody new takes so much more energy versus just being like, okay, cool, can we just get this done and over with? Just want to raid out and they go, alright, hey, everyone for tonight, let's go to bed. I totally get that, bro. I totally get that. I'm in the 7 days category, and people with no mics for streaming, or people with V-bots are at the top as well. Oh, gotta love that. Yo, Dota, appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you. But yeah, bro, I was gonna say, I don't know if you, because every time I go to see when you're live on Twitch, I see the notification, right? I'll see if you're live on Kick, and I haven't seen you live over here, dog, as much. But the reason I haven't been over on Twitch and stuff like that is because of the whole boycotting of it, the whole Hassan thing. But as long as your streams are over on Kick, bro, I will be there. I will be making sure to pull you up, Tuna. So I just have legitimately fucking deleted fucking Twitch off of everything that I have because I just don't see them banning Hassan, Frogan, Denims, or his orbit in any way. Oh my gosh, that was so very nice. There, people are about to die. A whole lot of people. Bro, back that big ass up. Dude, this is definitely a blood rave. I can't even see when something falls down in here. Woo. I got that crouch off just in time. There we go, there we go, there we go. Gonna line up the shots. Out of everything that it drops me, chat, it drops me a gun. Holy crap, man. Dude, for real. Especially that, the club that, what's her face goes into, Sarah Connor in Terminator, and she tries to hide from him and shit. Yeah, dude, those lights really were fucking with me too, especially, whoo, because I haven't really got to smoke or do much yet, because my fucking, again, like my, oof, my place is a little, on the fritz there. So I'll take a slow moment there.
Kira here. So much for keeping a low profile. We have tagged the target as the shipping master. Update location set. Go fetch. Intact, mind you. No disintegration.
Destination set.
They must be have to go through here. Yeah, so I thought, okay, shit. He's got a save in here. Oh, dude, yes, I got both of them. Oh, that was so needed right now. Needed that extra little boost of health right there. Didn't see what kind of stores we have here. Dude, but yeah, playing this game, like, doing that rave part is the only time that I actually have an issue with my eyes, and it feeling like that I'm, like, relatively, sick feeling, like I'll feel nauseous, and kind of like motion sickness. And that's what I usually would come from that, but it's definitely feeling something there. Line up just right. Okay, and then always had them all like that. If you can do it like in one go, it's always so cool. Smooth looking. You guys get PP. I do. It. I was definitely like, especially with that white light that was just right there in my face, dude. I'm like, fucking hell, bro. Again, I've never had it really be an issue because like I play so many games, go to concerts, all kinds of things like that, and not had issues really. That was definitely giving me some issues. Thankfully though, we're good now. So, but it's like again, it's like it's one of those things where legitimately when people ask me like, "Oh, why do you smoke cannabis, dude?" It's like, stop from having a seizure. I'll take that one for about 100 there, Alex. Okay. Yeah, is that real quick? Yes. Okay. Damn, this is my last bowl, chat. Uh, One thing I can really hope for is by some fucking miracle, I will be able to get my fucking Rumble payout, which would be great. I'd love that. But I think I have to be in the creator program before I can get my fucking payout, it seems. Because as far as I know, I looked it up and it said the Rumble payout's at $50. I might be wrong. Maybe it's at 100. What a thick fucking stem. I'll tell you that right now, chat. Holy shit, that was a thick stem. That was a thick boy. Huh. Okay. Alright. Last of the Mohicans going in here. We go by the South Park joke. Last of the Mohicans. I will say though, the bong bowls have been helping out the stress. The stress headaches I've been getting from right back here in this part of my neck. Always gives me stress headaches. So this is definitely helping out with that. So. How is that? I was just chewing on the fucking stem. And I'm still spitting the stem out of my mouth. What the fuck is going on here? Oh my gosh. Oh. Like, I'll be so happy, chat, by the end of this week. Because, oh, things will be so fucking better. Like, oh my god. It'll be a night and day fucking difference. Apologize for the delay there, chat. No, but it sounded like someone like when he was like scratching on the plastic and stuff like that. So that was using the cap box, I'm like, he was not in there though. So then I heard like something like that was weird. That was fucking weird. Yo, it sounds good. Sounds good there, Fat. Sounds good there. I will probably only be live for just a little bit here, and then I'll be doing the same thing here soon as well. And then I'm gonna try to wake up early so I can do an early morning stream before work as well. So I'll probably go to about maybe 1 or 2, sleep for a little bit, and then we'll get up and try to do one before work. You definitely get out, my brother. 4 a.m. is definitely way too early in the morning and way too late at night. You know what, yeah, you making your bed?
No.
No? I can't just sit back now, so you can actually make it more cushion. Or just toss it. You're just gonna be like a Shauna there? Yeah? Yeah. Oh, hey. That recreates the effect, huh?
Yep.
Oh, shithead she is. There's so many of those guys. Like, needlessly. A lot of them. Fuck. I feel like I had like a little fucking spider crawl in my arms. What the fuck? wood beetles that just fell off the ceiling. That's what it was. Alright, that was cool to see. That was super cool to see in the
Roving
commercial.
dropship was headed for the docks before we lost track of it. Get moving there while we figure out exactly where it's going.
Flash, you could use the nearby Interlink station for rapid transit to the Cosmodrome.
Oh, I'm not trying to hit Q, but apparently I did. Alright. Okay, left contact, but not stopped right on me, chat. And I'm like fucking sitting here trying to not have it fall out of my eye the entire time, and I'm like, I gotta just get through this fight, get through the fight. Okay, that had to be a glitch or something like that. He should have already been dead. That was weird. The life transfer like that going on, he should have died way faster than that, but I guess not. I guess not. Peace. Fucking peace, bro. Not gonna lie. This game I feel like would be way better played with a controller. But this one does not like using my controller though. Crossover I should say. Yo, Mini Fox, appreciate you, bro. Oh yeah, the other thing too is, check what your difficulty is in the game. So, if it's on hard, it makes that ridiculously hard. But I might end up switching over and doing this a little bit later on here, on the other laptop. I got it tonight, and just kind of veg out and chill for a little bit, like I said. Because like I said, I knew this probably wouldn't be too long a one just yet tonight, but then, you know, tomorrow morning, or in the morning, we'll be doing a longer one, and actually doing one before we go to work and stuff like that. But I'm gonna still try to do the best I can. I want to see if I can get this to work though, while we are doing this here. Okay. Let's see if this will work with crossover today. Okay, so lights flashing on it is it wants to detect it, so okay. All right. Trying to use controller with this now. This is what I usually would do here, Chef, because I feel like this works best. Yeah, look at that. It's a hell of a lot easier to aim with the controller in this game than it is with the mouse and keyboard, I'll tell you that. Plus, wherever I look like this, gives me a few shots in that direction without having to fucking use the right stick all the time in that one. You know what I mean? So it's like, it does help out way more. Why does it switch my guns? There we go. Alright, doesn't look like we need heals at the moment, but... Oh! Grenade is my... So left stick is my grenade. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. I think as if my character forgot how to fucking aim all of a sudden. Yeah, it was crouched, but apparently it didn't matter. We'll go back to town for a second here. Tiny fingers lead to excellence. That was so wrong. probably gonna sell all this stuff here that I got, chat. And then, yeah, I am, like, I'm starting to slowly doze off here, too. For fucking being up for so long, chat. So, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. I'll be back though. It's in a little bit here, guys. Like in the morning, once I you know what I mean for that to happen like that. Which will be back here like shortly, like towards like the end of the or not the end of the day, but in the morning. Cheese and Pete's. I'll be probably live around like 7 or 8.